Live from the backstretch at Saratoga, this is the Handicappers Report. The Handicappers Report is brought to you by Pinnell's Restaurant, a Saratoga tradition since 1922. 284 Jefferson Street, Saratoga, just minutes from the track. The new Capital OTB wagering platform. Bet any place, anytime with the new Capital OTB wagering platform. And CapitalOTBBet.com, the premier wagering site in New York State.
Oh, guys, so I got a time of the show. I said, great call in the mile, and if a lot of people missed it, but it was a showdown between the two distaffers, and he's like, it's the filly and the mare. I mean, he was just so sharp on that. I turned around, I go, did you guys all just hear that? I thought that was sensational. What was it? It was Get Stormy and Uni. That was, the filly and the mare. He just great sense of humor, and he sitting in for Johnny I. What a treat. You get to Santa Anita and get to do Saratoga.
Santa Anita and Monmouth for the summer. A couple days off, comes up and does a little Saratoga. Yeah.
That's good.
And Frank's a great guy.
He is. Very, very entertaining. A couple other things. Nobody went with Dakota Gold, made it early on the front end, made it easy on the front end, and I was the runner-up to that position, and you could just see where, Irad Ortiz, I mean, he's just, he loves the hedge. His boots probably have like green leaves on the outside of them from the hedge, but just made it easy for you. Tom Amos, who we had on last week, wins the Get Out race. But 4 winning favorites in the beginning, and then Seth's Bomb. That's a pretty good pick 4.
That was fun. Oh, I didn't have the, but. You talk about defensive betting, and not everybody's going to appreciate this or do what I do, but I had gotten through the first 3 legs. I got through the first 2 legs of the pick 4, and then I had my price coming up, and so
in the 4th leg.
In the 3rd leg.
Oh, you're talking the pick 3?
Pick 4.
Right. So the first 2 legs you have covered.
Yeah, and then the 3rd leg, because it started late yesterday.
Second race, right?
So I had that. That was the 5th race, so it was the 3rd leg of the pick 4.
Okay. I'm sorry, I thought the pick
so I got through the
race
first 2 because it started late yesterday with the jump race. So I got through the first 2, and then I have a price. My dark horse is in the 3rd leg, so I hit the all button with the double. I didn't like the horse in the last leg of the pick 6, the last leg of the pick 4. Weavers. I didn't like that horse, but I defensively, and it was a nice double. It was a $200 some double, so I wound up happy after the race there. But I did not score the pick 4, unfortunately, with the nice price. But as I say, a little bit defensively backed it up and was happy with the result.
As you should be. Yeah. Tremendous job on multiple fronts to knock that out of the park in the paper. For the good people, you said what they're donating. The good people, the Dark Horse.
Yeah, Dark Horse Mercantile doing a little win play show on all of the wagers,
Great
and then donate to the
Thoroughbred
Racing Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation.
You have some stuff over there.
Well, I was just going to hit on the attendance yesterday. It was again very good, 24,648. So very solid attendance again yesterday. And as I say, a day that was quirky weather-wise, very nice, but it was just kind of funny as it went through different temperatures. And there was a little rain during the day as well, but it was super brief. It didn't bother anybody during the day, so it was a nice day. It was just
today feels like one of those days that, and you have to. I need to quantify it. That it's almost a perfect day to go to the racetrack.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I tell them, I go, some cloud cover is nice in the day. If you're at the beach, it's not, but in other venues. A little cloud cover is nice. The temperature right now is phenomenal. I don't feel a lot of humidity. I know down in Albany, the big storm we had did blow out the humidity. I think driving up this morning, it was in the low 60s, which has been very rare for the first 5 weeks. And we are definitely coupled in the Times Union. But kudos to Mike Callahan, who had a very good day yesterday also. But he got the 20% Mike Callahan, 80% Anthony Mormino into the black after 25 days. And I know this will sound silly to 90% of the audience, but you can't imagine how much pride I have in that for a guy who grew up with a magical 24-day meet. But Mike had a big day yesterday. We had mentioned we were both
his best bet won too.
Yeah,
his best bet was that George Weaver horse that I didn't like.
You two don't call each other on the phone?
I should have, absolutely.
Are you kidding me? Would have crushed it. But Mike had a good day yesterday, and Capital keeps the ball rolling against the TU. But he got us over the we're in the black for the ROI.
I'm pretty solidly in the black now, too, with the horse yesterday. I'm not connected, so I won't be able to pull it up quickly. But that I was just under being in the black, so I went over, and now I have a little leeway.
I told you, when Mike Welsh was in here, and, he kind of scoffed at, he was very demure about it, but I was like, he beat the Gulfstream Park Championship meet, which I'm guessing is 60 days. And I'm like, you don't know, folks. I mean, if you don't know how, that's like a Mount Rushmore moment. And he was just like, yeah, thanks. I go, no, that is like raise the roof moment. So we have fun with that. Time for the DePaul play of the day. I don't want to get anything else.
No. I think we're ready.
Let's go to the DePaul Chevrolet play of the day.
When you think trucks, think DePaula.
Save this week. Drive Silverado, just $369 a month. Yes, $369 a month.
Then come join the family for value. Just visit, call, or click. So come join the family and think DePaula for all your automotive needs.
Save this week and drive any new Chevy like Equinox with 0 down payment, 0 first payment, and 0 security.
Then come join the family for value. Just visit, call, or click. So come join the family and think DePaula for all your automotive needs.
Yeah.
3, 2.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Handicappers Report coming to you live in front of Claire Quarters. We see the horses. Well, we hear the horses. You see the horses working out. Just a quick note, little clerical work to clean up here. Pay no attention to that man behind the screen. Pay the board, little typing error. Forget that. Steve Bick's play of the day is in today's feature. The Phillies turn in the New York Stallion Series. I believe this is the Statue of Liberty division. His pick is number 5. How did you make your money for Michael Trambetta, coming down out of a Woodbine Stakes effort? So race 9, number 5 is the DePaul play of the day from Steve Bick. Right?
Sounds good. Yep.
All right. So pay no attention to that man behind the screen. All right. We have a 10 race card this afternoon. We're starting out as a very, very pleasant morning. We're going to kick it off with State Breds, maiden claimers in for 25, coming out of the Wilson chute at a mile.
I have it 1, 2, 6, and 3. I am going to put Sensible Conclusion on top. Not with a lot of confidence or verve and vigor, but gets a little bit of class relief, and numbers seem to stack up with this, relatively, I won't say weak, mediocre bunch. So I think overall the numbers this one tends to fire probably have a little bit of an edge here. Lucky Mucho Man in the second spot. The race 2 back was certainly good enough to consider this one. Came up to Saratoga and ran third in a similar event last time with a reduced number, so I wasn't sure which way to go with this one, but that's the kind of race this is. Olympic Dreams, lightly raced, gets some class relief. Might wind up being the one to beat, but I wasn't quite sure what to do. A, it's a drop that leaves you kind of like, I don't know what. B, the debut was against Maiden Special, so there's that drop, but it was a 1.8 miles on the grass. Went off at 3-1, so took a little action. We'll see. Maybe the drop mitigates the surface switch, or maybe the surface is where this horse belongs. We'll find out. As I say, might wind up being the one to beat. And again, kind of a modest field. I have it 1, 2, 6, and 3.
I agree with you. I think it probably put David Aragon on the morning line at a tough spot to make this horse 3-1, because you're really feeling like somebody on ice skates that doesn't know how to ice skate. Where if I make this horse like 10, 12-1 off the debut, and the Medaglia d'Oro takes to the dirt, I think
eggy. The morning line is just validating it's not much of a field, because I don't know. I don't know whether this horse, is a 3-1 kind of a horse, but in this group,
in any other group, I like the 2-1-6. My one thought on this, as I have our exactas are reverse, is that once again, thank you to the Generazos who wear silks. That makes it very easy for trip people. But I'm guessing and hoping Jose Lascano will just use a little bit more early energy. We draw inside, coming out of the Wilson chute. I think a little more forwardly placed for this Jim Ryerson runner will be advantageous. So I put Lucky Mucho Man on top over Sensible Conclusion for Ed Barker, who's running for the lowest tag of the career. And then Olympic Dreams, me like on ice skates before I learned how to skate for Gallagher Stud, was thinking, if I just were to throw out that race as if it didn't exist, and this was a Medaglia d'Oro debuting at a mile at Saratoga against this group, I might make them 3-1. So that's me, 2-1-6 in today's opener.
Race number 2. Wow, 2 in a row out of the mile chute. Coming out of the mile chute, state-bred optional claimers, non-winners, 2 other than the Condition.
I always felt that it would be a popular distance because we're so used to it, but I'm sure for many horsemen, the gap, especially in today's racing, between 7 furlongs and 9 furlongs is problematic. I mean, there's just so much attractive racing at a mile, or even a mile 16th, that we can't quite get there. I guess if we kept going out another 16th of a mile, we could run mile 16. I'm 4, 5, 6 in here, and Mitch Friedman, who's had a good meet, I think Mitch took off a lot of years from coming up here, but won by daylight, going 9 furlongs early in this meet with Javier Castellano aboard as the favorite. And I think he's going to jump into this condition for the first time and be the chalk once again. I think rightfully so. And Carrigate is my top pick here to make it 2 in a row at the spot. For second, right next door, in the starting gate, number 5, If I Had a Chance, making the first start since June. Was running at this level under the allowance conditions and then dropped in for the tag. Most recently caught slop, comes back for the tag and for third. Buston Bay, been very popular at the claiming box. Claimed for 25. Second race, ran in a sprint, day 2 of the meet, 4, 5, 6.
I also have the 4 on top. 4, 6, 3, and 5, so I'm right in the same ballpark. Yes. But over on my Equidaily page, I put the picks out and made comments, and I wrote something to the effect of, check how Mia Bia Star did on Wednesday, and maybe you get a little bit of a barometer. It's not a good barometer. Mia Bia Star yesterday was last as the favorite. Had some trouble in there, so maybe you ascribe that. But still, this one at the 1 1/8 miles, the big win up here, cuts back a furlong. We'll put that one on top. Buston Bay in the second spot. Irad Ortiz on board. Probably a nice fit with this group. Claim 2 back. I kind of like the confident move into this company for the 45 tag today. And then Opponent's Dream in the third spot. Hasn't been seen since early June, but another one that I think is going to fit in with this particular bunch this afternoon. In the second, 4, 6, 3, and 5.
On to the third, we have state breds, 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares, in for 45 or 2X, dashing 5.5 on the turf.
For the 1A, 6, and 5, I just think Get Candy may be the speed in here and might just speed pop them all the way around. Mike Maker, Luis Saez, and again, it just looks like this one is the horse that's going to have the rest of them, over a barrel a little bit pace-wise. So we'll look for Get the Candy to take them all the way. Sassy Melissa in the second spot. Jeremiah Engelhardt trainee has a start over the track already in a similar race. A seventh place finish by 4 lengths. So, it wasn't inspiring necessarily, but I just looked at the rest of this field and this horse, and I thought this horse is an interesting player with this bunch on the numbers. Now, the other half of the entry I wasn't that enamored with over the last couple of starts, so I'm specifically on the 1A. If scratches make a difference with this entry. And then Jill's a hot mess in the third spot off a near miss last time in a similar bunch. Ran second over my top pick, and a lot of times we get a little too clever and try to switch things up. But again, I think Get the Candy in with this group has the pace advantage. I have it 4, 1A, 6, and 5.
I think Get the Candy has the pace advantage in this race, and I think Jill's a hot mess has the tactical advantage with the outsider, more post position for John Velasquez. I think this could be very much a cat and mouse game up the backside. How much early energy Luis Saez wants to use on Get the Candy, and how much John Velasquez wants to press. And if I was John Velasquez, I'm pressing all day. But at the end of the day, because it's half a tick higher, I chose Get the Candy. Early speed, got caught most recently at 15-1. That price is a memory. Jill's a hot mess into the Bonnie Lucas barn. Runner-up at 10-1. That price is gone. And for third, number 5, Fontana Freda. Jimmy Bond's runner takes on this level for the first time after winning early in this meet at the 1X, 4-6-5 in today's third. We're up to our first break. When we come back, more live from the backstretch of Saratoga.
A day at the track isn't complete without a night at the Horseshoe. Great food, hot music, and cold drinks. So why go downtown when all the action's just across from the track? The Horseshoe Inn at the corner of Nelson and Gridley.
Come on.
I want sales reports on my desk by Monday.
Whoops. My bad.
Love racing? RTN brings you every live simulcast on your home television, plus live video streaming and race replays on your PC and mobile devices. To order, visit rtn.tv. RTN, a breed apart.
Birdstone is an outside front. They're coming down to the finish. Can Smarty Jones hold on? Here comes Birdstone. Birdstone surges past. Birdstone wins the Belmont Stakes.
Having trouble finding us? It's actually quite simple. Whether online or on your TV, it's never been easier to watch and wager on championship horse racing with Capital OTB. Simply log on to capitalotbbet.com. There you can watch our morning shows, live stream races, and wager on our state-of-the-art wagering platform. You can also watch from the comfort of your home on Spectrum Cable Channel 1250 or Fios Channel 467, and win more with Capital OTB.
Welcome back to the Handicappers Report on this Thursday. Time now for the Dark Horse Play of the Day, brought to you by the Dark Horse Mercantile, 445 Broadway, Saratoga Springs. The smart bet is always the Dark Horse. Once again, if you're in downtown Saratoga, swing by. You will enjoy it. apparel, home decor, racing memorabilia. You can also stop at their sister store down the street, Impressions of Saratoga, and we'll see if we can keep it rolling here with the Dark Horse Play of the Day. Again, folks at the Dark Horse are putting across-the-board wager on all of the plays and donating the proceeds to the Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation. So yesterday was a nice day with the $28 winner. We will see if we can keep it going. It's another one of those days where normally I'm looking for 8-1 or higher. That yesterday worked out perfectly. 8-1 on the morning line, shipped it up to 13-1. Today I'm 5-1 because I just, looking at the card, I didn't have anything more clever. But fifth race today, number 3, Hey Eugene. Mike Maker trainee by Midshipman. Midshipman's okay with win early types. So far this year, 38 first-time starters. Only 3 winners, but 9 seconds and a couple thirds. Horse worked 10.2 before the May auction. There was a sibling called Focus First that won in the second career start and won 3 times in the first 6 starts of the career. So I thought this horse was a little bit interesting. A little bit of win early breeding, and trainer can have him ready. Luis Saez on board. I don't think it's a field of world beaters necessarily. So Dark Horse Play of the Day for this Thursday afternoon. Race number 5, horse number 3, Hey Eugene. Again, thanks to the folks at the Dark Horse Mercantile for sponsoring the Dark Horse Play of the Day. 445 Broadway in downtown Saratoga. All right, let's jump back into it. Race number 4 this afternoon. Starter handicap at the $25,000 level. 3/4 of a mile is the trip.
And they're thanking Seth for his selection. Ding, ding, ding. Make it 2 in a row. We run a bevy full of starter allowance now. Only a couple of starter handicaps. Just look at you need to start for a claiming price of $25,000 or less July 15th. So apparently you could have run on opening day, but you need to go the next day. 5-4. Oh, that's really exciting television. We had the same trifecta. So 5-4-2 Flamingo Hawk for me. First time off the $25,000 claim, coming off of an explosive July 16th 7 furlong victory under Irad. New barn, same jockey for second number 4, stage left. Wesley Ward. This horse was claimed from Wesley Ward's barn. Couple races back, won easily, going 6 earlier in the meet. And for third, Mexican Wonder Boy. Been popular at the claim box. This will be first off the 62.5 claim. 5-4-2 in the 4th.
All right, maybe I sent mine in wrong, but actually I don't have it that way. I have it 4, 5, and 2. So I don't know. I hope to double check and see what's on the one sheet. But my picks are 4, 5, and 2. I put stage left on top. America's Pastime and Company. We'll get the guys from American Pastime on in the next couple of weeks. Locally based owners, and this one came up to Saratoga and won very, very nicely off of that effort. You know, can you string 2 like that together? I don't know, but I couldn't shy away from this one off of that really, really nice win. Flamingo Hawk in the second spot off the claim also came up to Saratoga and put in a very nice win. The difference being stage left was in allowance company, Flamingo Hawk was in claiming company, so I think class-wise stage left maybe a touch classier, perhaps. We'll find out. Mexican Wonder Boy in the 3rd spot off a 2nd place finish. Last time claimed out of that. Trainer does very well off the claim, but did claim away from Safi Joseph, so we'll see today in the 4th at Saratoga. 4, 5, 2, and 6.
All right, on to the 5th race. I don't think we've had many of these at the meet. The restricted maiden special weights. The reason I mention that is because I highlighted it because I didn't race back to all my downloads to see it, but I don't think there've been 3.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I think you're right.
These started a couple years ago. A brilliant idea, and good job by the form now that has when they come up in the past performances, you see the small the R in the box, the uppercase R in the box with the maiden special weights. These are for maiden special weights, 2-year-olds going 6 furlongs. For those who sold for less than $50,000 or less in the most recent sale, and you can kind of put the pieces together and understand. They wanted to run maiden special weights where you might not have to run into a $675,000 yearling purchase, and I think it's a great job, and I can't think anybody's against it. So that's rare in horse racing.
I have a 3, 2, 5, and 6. Again, Hey Eugene, dark horse play of the day. We talked about that a few moments ago. Midship and with pretty good numbers with precocious runners. 10.2 before the sale. A sibling that was win early. So thought this was a horse you could take a little pop with at 5-1. Childers has a sibling called Always Believe that won in the second career start. Another sibling called Shotsky that won in the second start, won 2 of the first 4. So I thought there was win early there. Brad Cox can have them ready. So again, the old nature and nurture with the breeding and the trainer. And then clear of the deck. Experience counts, and this one has some okay experience with a couple of thirds, and then came up to Saratoga and ran second last time. So of those with experience, this one was attractive. Forbidden Secret goes out second time for Todd Pletcher. I won't be at all shocked if this one moves forward off of the debut effort. But for me in the 5th, 3, 2, 5, and 6.
2, 6, 4 for me, and Childers is what I'm going with until Frank's in the booth today, right?
Yeah,
he's got 2 days, so Frank Mirabati will inadvertently correct me. But it's the workout at Keeneland on July 20th, breezing out of the gate, 47-1. Third fastest up 39. Javier Castellano for Brad Cox, and you kind of see Brad Cox, right off the bat at the meet, and then right off the bat in week 6. Yeah. So let's keep the ball rolling with this offspring of Bernardini for second. Number 6, Forbidden Secret. Todd Pletcher's second time starter, showed a little speed in the debut at 4-1, then backed up. Irad Ortiz retained some out for third. A first time starter, number 4, Uncle Dan. Carlos Martin sends out this runner with a sharp workout for the debut. 2, 6, and 4 in race 5.
We move on to race number 5 on Thursday afternoon. These are state-bred maiden special weight 2-year-old fillies. They will travel 8.5 furlongs on the turf.
2-1-7. Number 2, April 1st. Well, we certainly hope this isn't a fool's joke. David Donk, who's listed as the owner, and these must be David Donk silks. I love them. Cantaloupe orange, peacock blue diamond. And the reason I say that they must be David silks is that one of the other owners is the Incurable Optimist white silks with the black circle horizontals. But I love the creativity here. The debut today, we've mentioned throughout how wonderful a meet David Donk has had. This is the first time starter that I'm going with. Jose Ortiz in the saddle for second, right next door in the starting gate, Burning Honor. Dominic Cecchino found the phone number of Flavian Prat for the second career start. They're adding blinkers. I'm throwing out the debut on dirt for this offspring of Honor Code. And for third, number 7, Burnt Again. Dominic Cecchino's other runner with Luis Saez back in the saddle. The first race, just really, the start was problematic. So I'm going to give a pass there. 2-1-7.
Race number 6. Oh, it's my turn, right? I don't have to re.
Yeah, I think it's your turn to handicap the race. We'll slow this down. Yeah, we'll slow it down.
I was looking at my computer.
I know, very excited over yesterday.
I don't have to reintroduce it for myself.
You got the jumpers beat. You got the dark horse play of the day beat. Capitals up 15-6. I understand it. The positive waters are.
The euphoria has overtaken me. I have a 2-4, 8 and 5. Also, April 1st on top for Dave Donk, who again having a good meet. Jimmy Creed is one of those sires I like with precocious runners. 30 first-time starters so far this year. 4 wins, 8 seconds, 4 thirds. The workouts look okay. Recognize, again, experience counts. Bill Mott trainee. They paid a decent amount of money for this horse last year at Keeneland. I always like third start of the career, third start off a layoff, when you come off of a couple of sprints and stretch out. Now, this one is doing it dirt to turf. That adds a little wrinkle in here. Also had some win early siblings. Last minute Mario was a sibling that won in the third career start. Major Spin won in the second career start. So siblings took a little time to figure it out. Maybe that'll be the case for Recognize. Third spot, Orange Freeze, Christophe Clement trainee that I think has the potential to come out running. Certainly Christophe Clement can have them ready. In the 6th, I have a 2, 4, 8, and 5.
On to the 7 3-year-olds and Outclaimers in for 35. Non-winners at 3 lifetime.
Wait, isn't that a commercial break?
Oh, that's
6,
right.
Race 6.
Good job. Take a quick commercial break. on a beautiful morning. Breeze is perfect. Come on up. We'll be right back with the late pick 4.
It only takes one upset to make history, and now you can be part of Saratoga's long tradition at the Dark Horse Mercantile. The Dark Horse Mercantile offers a carefully curated selection of clothing, gifts, and home decor, from one-of-a-kind vintage racing memorabilia to select brands like Barber and Under Armour, as well as exclusive Dark Horse branded merchandise. So celebrate the Dark Horse in all of us at the Dark Horse Mercantile, downtown Saratoga, where the smart bet is always the Dark Horse.
Hello everyone, I'm Scott Vartley and I'm here at the West Condominiums in Saratoga Springs. And guess what? We are down to the home stretch. Everything is 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. Come make a selection of one of the greatest condos ever to be built in Saratoga Springs. We're starting in the upper 5s and the only rooftop penthouse available now under construction. Wow, just look at this patio. We have a rooftop pool, heated garage, balconies, and a gym. Call me at 518-281-6808.
Capital OTB is now streaming live on Roku. The RTN Racing channel on Roku lets you watch OTB TV live through your Roku device or your Amazon Fire Stick, rather than being limited to computers and mobile devices, which means you can now watch OTB live wherever you are. Simply open Roku, scroll to find the RTN channel, then click on OTB TV. OTB TV on Roku. Try it now.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Handicappers Report coming to you live from the backstretch of Saratoga Race Course. I was saying earlier to Seth, this is about the most activity I have seen while we've been on the air. Usually it gets very quiet about 8:45-ish. It's so much traffic around 8, but about 8:15, many go back to the barn. Usually there's one more set comes out. But today it's been going right through as we're approaching 9:40 in the morning, and I have to tell you something. Horses like this weather. There's a very nice breeze at the moment, which is perfect for us under the lights with jacket and tie. But easy day. You won't get overheated today, I don't think, unless we get a big...
And again, for those people who, I've had a couple people say, is that like a green screen behind you and they're superimposed? No, we are literally right here.
No, that's it. We are in the hood.
I will also tell people, when you see us in the afternoon, that's this. That the morning show gets cut up and replayed in the afternoon. I have had, I don't know how many people walk up to me. I'll be in the winner's circle after a race. How did you get over here so fast? But the great guys in the control room cut up the morning show and replay our picks in the afternoon. So we're not literally sitting in here all day. I move over to the front side in the afternoon. But you get the benefit from the picks as well as they replay some of this morning stuff.
Yeah. 7th race, 3-year-olds and up. In for 35, 3L, 5.5 on the turf.
2, 3, 7, and 6 for me. Veterans Beach goes out for Mike Deeney. Makes that move that I like quite a bit. State bred allowance into an open claimer, open conditional claimer, even better. Ran 5th, but a narrow defeat 5th, only back a length in the move to Saratoga last time. Has run well here at Saratoga in the past, and I just think this one on that class move that I like is definitely worth a close look. Charles Chrome, morning line favorite at 7-5. Underneath, hasn't been seen since April. Moves out of the barn of Reeve McGahee and into the barn of David Jacobson. David Jacobson with that live runner yesterday. That one's scratched. We'll see what happens today with the returning David Jacobson and Charles Chrome, who I think is absolutely a solid fit in with this group. And Immortalization in the 3rd spot. Came up to Saratoga last time and wound up running 4th after having shown some early punch. I think benefits from that. Not only benefits from the run, but benefits from a class move today that I think will move the horse forward a little bit as well. So for me, 2, 3, 7, and 6.
I agree. I'm 7, 6. Immortalization. I think you go back 2 races back at Monmouth, which was a starter allowance, which might be higher than this level, and then tried the 1X at the spot and ran okay at 14-1. And we're on the outside. Hector Diaz, the runner, has a good early speed. I think there's much to like with Immortalization on top. Boom, boom, kaboom. Right next door in the starting gate for George Weaver is my next my runner-up pick. I think he'll be able to sit off of the early hitting, and then should sit a very good trip under Eric Cancel. And for third, Charles Chrome. They're adding blinkers today, making the first start since early April. In for a tag will probably draw much attention. 7-6-3 in the 7th.
Race number 8 this afternoon. It is one of those non-winners of one other than allowance events. $115,000 up for grabs. 9 furlongs is the distance.
I mean, it's just amazing. A 6-figure, allowance races. Wonderful, wonderful. 2-1-4 complete agenda gets my top pick for Todd Pletcher. One start since the Peter Pan. That was here going the 9 furlongs. Luis Saez gets the mount today. Comment in the race form, bumped hard at the start. This horse, wasn't good. Will settle in early, has a good post. We'll see if we can get the trip today. The Curlins have been so successful at a distance of ground when many dirt stallions cannot say this. So I will give complete agenda a move forward off of that career best on July 22nd. For a second from the rail number 1. Perceived, yes, Rudy is in a slump, having a rough meet. He won the stakes race the other day. Joel Rosario was aboard 2 races back. That was the 1-turn mile at Belmont Park. But we're on the inside with a brilliant rider. And for third, number 4, Win It for John Kimmel. Comes off a sharp maiden breaker. Takes on winners for the first time. 2-1-4.
I went 3-2-4-1. Nabokov on top for me. They got ambitious. The second career start, the maiden breaker, tabs this horse as a fit in here, but followed that up trying the Dwyer and just didn't show a whole lot in there. But again, coming out of a maiden breaker, they just maybe got a little bit overly ambitious. So Nabokov to me is a player given the maiden breaker. Second spot, complete agenda. Ran well on the move up to Saratoga last time, and I think with that experience under the belt is solid today, and Win It in the third spot. Third start back, stretches out off a couple of miles down at Belmont, and I think is an interesting player on those angles. So Win It in the third spot, 3-2-4-1.
9th race feature this afternoon. We had the boys yesterday. We had the fillies today. 3-year-old fillies, the Stallion Series, the Statue of Liberty, a mile on the inner turf.
I have it 2, 5, 4, and 6. Robin and Eli on top for Chad, Michael Dubb and company. Another one that, like the Chad horse in the last race, tossed on a little bit of a clunker last time. And it kind of an inexplicable clunker in that had been moving forward. As a maiden, they got ambitious and tried the New York Stallion Series race down at Belmont 2 back, and then went back into the maiden ranks, and at 6-5. So I was back and forth on this one, but because of that last race, 5-1 on the morning line, I'll take a little bit of a price and hope that their ambition 2 starts back is validated in here this afternoon. How'd you make your money? The Steve Bick play today comes in for Mike Trombetta off some stakes tries against Open Company over the past few starts. In that mix, though, there was a New York Stallion Series 4th place finish. We'll see what this one does, because when facing the state breds in the last couple of tries against state breds, hasn't been exactly knocking it out of the park. But I think this horse, look at this horse in this bunch, I think probably fits. And then Dream Central going out for Eddie F's Racing and Gary Siaka. Nice winner in the Susie O'Kane. Prior to that, another New York Stallion Series win, 39-1 and 9-1 last time. Can't ignore this horse. Has stepped it up, has gotten done a little bit of a price and been ignored. We'll see what the horse goes off at today, but certainly going to be in the hunt. I have a 2, 5, 4, and 6.
And how'd you make your money? Ran in the Aqueduct 2-year-old Stallion Series, ran in the Belmont 3-year-old Stallion Series, and now touches them all at Saratoga. I'm 4-2-3. One thing I am completely envisioning with Javier Castellano when they spring from the gate is that he will get over to the hedge very quickly and just make the one run out late, which I think will be what it takes to win the second Stallion Series race, the second Saratoga Stakes race on the turf for this offspring of Central Banker, who is having a terrific year at Saratoga as a stallion. But I think the race sets up. Boy, I should see my man. He'd be like, I thought for a brief moment maybe he was the morning. He would be saddling the morning line favorite at a Saratoga Stakes. But I think Dream Central has a good setup here for Eddie F. Racing. Robin and Eli, I like Seth. I once again tries the Stallion Series as a maiden again. Just got beat to Dream Central down at Belmont. First time Lasix, the last time. They seem to be taking the Lasix off today. Okay, it's way above my pay grade of knowledge. And then Royal Dancer for Michelle Nevin, another maiden in the Stallion Series. And we talked about it. I first started doing the Handicappers Report for Capital in 1998, and there weren't as many Stallion Series races. If I remember correctly, it was late in the year at Aqueduct was the one that I remember, and then they had them in New York, but half the field would be maidens.
Yeah.
It's a little tougher now, but 4-2-3, I think in a very intriguing race, but I do think Dream Central is sitting in a very good, the way the race, I envisioned it unfolding.
And I had my first on-track Eddie F's
lunch?
Fried clam lunch, yeah. It was excellent.
That's
excellent.
wonderful.
I had it last week. Last week I went down and grabbed it the other.
All right. It's coming from a person who spent many summers in Maine, so that's pretty good. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, today's finale. Yeah, you said go to Maine.
No matter where in the world you are, the excitement of wagering on horse racing is just a click away. You'll get live streaming, past performances, race replays, our virtual tote board, analysis and selections from professional handicappers, a simple, safe, and secure wagering platform, and best of all, you get track prices. CapitalOTBBet.com. Bet any place, anytime at CapitalOTBBet.com. And be sure to download our new mobile app from the iTunes Store or Google Play.
What if there was a way to become a better horse player, to have a better knowledge of the game, to be more successful? What if there were a way to take what you've learned, what you know, and make better decisions, better choices? In horse racing, knowledge is a powerful tool. Race results and replays, past performances and live streaming, wagering from all your digital devices. Capital OTB. Become a better horse player.
Welcome back to Handicap. I was waiting for you to come out of the commercial. So once I am off my game
this
today.
This is like this $28 socially selective has made Seth, in a fun way, almost impossible to work with this morning. And we got to do another hour. If the first two guests are already here. So he's counting down. Not only is he counting down, he starts counting down from 8. And people who don't know how TV...
I'm listening to the guys in the control room, and I'm losing them in the middle of the count, which isn't good. But
and what's even funnier is
waited for you.
It's coming back to him. It's not coming back to me. But you know, you don't want somebody to say something, so he counted back from 8. I'm like, they're coming to you. I'm thinking.
Some days it's just. Like I said, some days the bear gets you. Some days you get the bear. Well, yesterday I got the bear. Today the bear is getting revenge.
Hopefully not chasing you around.
In the 10th and final today at Saratoga, state bred maiden 40 claimers, mile and 16th on the grass.
I'm interested to see where you went because I should say this. I like the majority of the time when races just have me going round and round and round. And it. Yes, look, I'm not surprised. I've said this many times before that, when I get in that position, I kind of pause for a moment and say, well, there's a couple horses I'm not going to pick, and those are like the 2 morning line favorites I'm not going to. And I was telling Jeremiah Engelhardt this story about that idea a couple years ago, pre-pandemic, so I want to say like 17, 18 maybe, on the final day. there was a race. It was like race 5. He had a horse. I think the horse's name was Twice Mike. And that's just where I fell. It was like 15-1. I'm like, well, I'm not taking it. He said, and he won. You know, he went to the front on, I think, Eric Consell, a 9-furlong race. He never looked back. And that's where I fall here with Rush to Honor. It's not so much that I'm, you know, jumping in feet first, head first with this Chris Engelhart runner, but I thought it was a wide open race. I get Javier Castellano on the turf, rode this horse 2 races back in an off the turfer. The Eric Consell race at 30-1, that was day 2 of the meet. I'm going forward, dropping out of the maiden special weights, in for a tag, 6-1. Rush to Honor, number 5, my top pick. For second, number 6, Looking Grand, runs for a tag for the second time after getting Lasix, blinkers, and dropping in. Was the beaten 6-5 favorite at the end of the Belmont meet. And for third, first time tag, George Weaver, number 8, Laz, second start since April. 5, 6, and 8 in the finale.
I have it 1, 6, 8, and 7. I had your 5 just kind of missing the mix.
Listen,
I wouldn't argue against that one. I think it's a competitive race too,
Yes.
but I thought Oregano probably had a little bit of an edge on this bunch, so this was a little bit easier for me to kind of go with the 5-2 morning line price here. Steps out of maiden special weight company and does it on a string of numbers that I think, again, a little bit of an edge on this bunch. So the class relief and the numbers, I think Oregano is legit. Looking grand for Charlie Baker. Dropped down to this level last time. We're in a decent fourth. 3 starts under the belt. Got a little try at this level that was okay. It seems logical with this bunch. And George Weaver has Laz, the number 8 horse, also maiden special weight to maiden claiming and firing some pretty good numbers, and also comes in with a bullet workout. I think Laz, the 8, is very dangerous in the finale. Race number 10, 1, 6, 8, and 7.
All right, we both stay for Racing Across America at the top of the hour. You want to run down the guests?
Yes.
I see 2 of them, and I know who the third one is. So.
Top, and we got a confirmation text. So
From the
top
third
of the
guest?
hour. Yes.
Wonderful. Maybe the second hour is going to go.
I'm warming up. Anise Montplaisir is in here. We've had her on the last few years, going back to her days at the Saratoga
She's
Special.
11 years old. When did you first have her on?
Saratoga Special, and she was in the Flying Start program. Now she has a great organization, Amplify, which is trying to pull new people into the game. We'll talk about that and much more. Dave Grenick from the Daily Racing Forum will join us. We'll take a look at some of the stakes action and review and preview. And George Abreu, a little bit later on, we'll pull him in. Trainer having a very good meet here. I was doing some bio work, and boy, he has been with a nice list of trainers over the years. Zito, Terranova, Chad Brown. He was an exercise rider for a while. Billy Badgett worked for and got on some nice horses as an exercise rider. But as a trainer now, having a very good meet up here. We'll talk about that and more. Top of the hour, Racing Across America.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, John Da Silva, Del Mar's Play of the Day.
You're watching OTB TV, a service of Capital Off Track Betting.